What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Nike Air One's Gaming, and today we are going to be looking at the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct reveal. We're going to do a reaction to it. We're going to see what kind of stuff has been put in that's new or returning, kind of get our first look together. If you haven't seen it already, this was streamed yesterday from Call of Duty's channel, so I do not own this content. I'm just doing a reaction video to it. So we're going to get right into that, guys. If you like this content, if you enjoy what you're seeing here, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about Black Ops 6 so far. And then we're just going to hop right into this. So I'll catch you guys in just a second. All right, here we go. I'll be pausing it throughout to kind of talking a little bit in it, but I'll give my feedback as we go. Very cinematic already, I can tell you that. Classic Call of Duty fashion, as always. Okay, so right away, this screen right here is awesome. I love the classic Black Ops logo with the guy sitting down, crisscross. Got the, looks like commandos over his shoulder here from Black Ops 1. And it looks like he's holding the pistols. Presumably, I assume that it's going to be the Mustang and Sally, and you see he's got a little, it's like a flashlight and some other gadgets here on his chest. So, but I love that screen here. But it looks like, yeah, two commandos, kind of similar to the original Black Ops logo.
Hello,
Wonder Weapons there
in Los Angeles, and thanks for joining us today. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the past few years. For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This means we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game. I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands
it's pretty sick.
with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovations across the entire game.
The game looks outstanding already, I can tell you that much.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government, branding
like that
anyone
always
who resists
happens
as traitors
in Call of Duty
and
games.
forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that created them. The team has been meticulously crafting every aspect of this game to deliver the fun and attitude players expect from the Black Ops franchise.
Look at that hairdo.
Multiplayer is of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a
This guy's got so
playground
much
for the
enthusiasm.
brand new Omni movement system. New way to push beyond.
Omni movement system. This is something in Call of Duty that I think could be game breaking. I think it could be very good. I think it could be very bad, depending on how people use it. We've already seen kind of the new movement systems that have come to Modern Warfare in the last couple of years, with the kind of faster, almost movement system, like the sprint canceling, the bunny hopping, that kind of thing. That was a big change that came a couple years ago, and they tried to take it away, and now they brought it back, and the gameplay is super fast. So with this kind of stuff, you'll see later as we get into it, I don't know how it's going to go. I think it's going to be very dependent on the playstyle of players who use it. I have a feeling that it's going to be very sweaty. I know that people in my friend group don't really like the way the Call of Duty feels with the fast movement compared to how it was back in the day when it was really slow. So we'll see how that goes and how people use it. I don't know how it's going to go. We'll just have to wait and see.
Beyond your limits and move like an action hero. You'll see a sneak peek of that later today. Round-based zombies is absolutely back and better than ever.
I'm super excited for round-based zombies. 100%.
With that,
cannot wait
let's
for
step
that.
into the mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
Treyarch has always been really good at their campaigns.
No turning back now.
It looks like the commando that he's holding there. That looks like an MP5.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after. We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative.
This game
We're
looks
giving you
beautiful
more
already.
variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each.
That was a look at the OG Chopper Gunner. Let's take another look at that, because that is very similar to the Black Ops 1 Chopper Gunner, and that is awesome to see. If that's going to be a kill streak in the game, that'd be awesome.
We're giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment
Look at
gameplay,
that.
and more
That's
options
awesome.
to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
USP-45.
The game is packed with unexpected moments
Possibly.
of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. Soviet
90s.
Union
That's a
was
good-
crumbling after
good
the fall of the
storyline they
Berlin
got.
Wall and the end of the Cold War. The U.S. is the only remaining.
So it looks like they're following the Black Ops and the Cold War storylines into this game, which is going to be good for those guys that have played through all the campaigns and kind of know the storyline really well. So that'll be kind of cool to follow up on, but have a new twist to it.
Superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in government, reflected everywhere
Yeah.
across the
Big
music,
time.
television, and pop culture of the time. When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2,
Nice.
the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Ooh, Woods and Adler right there. So that's gonna be they're gonna be in the storyline. That's cool. Tying him in from Black Ops and Cold War.
See.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich and gritty history of previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story. In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul
Woods has been through some shit.
He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a
MP5
strong
right there.
moral compass. Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader.
So there's another female lead character in Call of Duty, which has been more prominent over the last couple of years. I think that's a good thing. I think that we're seeing a lot of change in a lot of video game series with that kind of aspect to it. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays into the campaign and how these new characters play. And I think it's cool that they got Woods coming back though. He's probably always going to be a part somehow, kind of like how Mason was. And like Mason, what do the numbers mean? Like all those things that have carried over from year to year in this series. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out too. It's cool to see that they got some, they got to bring back the old OG characters.
Fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency. Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable to the CIA, whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make. But when an operation goes wrong, Woods and Marshall are suspended and ultimately forced to go rogue.
Seen that
They soon
before.
realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dima, a mysterious assassin.
So it looked like we just saw the headquarters safe house
With the end
thing
of the
from
Cold
Cold
War,
War.
these former enemies have become
well.
new allies. And with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months,
Adler.
a former ally may have become a new enemy.
So sounds like Adler might become an enemy. So
For the
classic
Black
Call of
Ops
Duty
single-player
timeline,
campaign,
storyline
we
changing.
prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted from the ground up. One moment, you'll be storming a palace. The next, you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino. We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences.
Yeah, look
Within
at the
these missions,
detail
we
in
wanted
those
gameplay
buildings.
to unfold in
It's
multiple
crazy.
ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see fit. Where we have different combat styles, we also have conversation opportunities where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences.
So this is interesting. We've kind of seen things like this in the past with Call of Duty where you get to like choose what you're going to do. But I think the way that they're describing it, it sounds like there's going to be more than one or two ways to play through a mission, which I think will kind of give a good variety It could be pretty fun to kind of see play out throughout the missions. So kind of see what more they have to say about it here. But I think that could be pretty cool to go back and play the missions through if you feel like it, and get kind of a different experience.
And we think you'll want to replay levels to see them all.
They're showing shotguns a lot, and shotguns are always overpowered in Call of Duty, so that's scary.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide
Big
different
boy,
challenges for the
look at
player.
that.
So whether they choose
It's like
to
a
go
juggernaut.
guns blazing or take a stealthier approach,
Line them up right, you can take them both down with one shot.
Look at the blood splatter on the wall. Looks really nice.
we've continued to push on what's possible in terms of how our enemy combatants
An
behave.
M16
Your enemies will
build,
be
but
relentless,
fully automatic, which is
constantly
interesting.
seeking to outmaneuver you throughout the levels. They'll cut off escape routes, push on players' location, and force them to think on their feet. We've created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective.
AK-74U
One mission in
confirmed.
particular takes place in a vast desert in Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
SAS in Black Ops, huh?
People, they know we're coming.
Interesting.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well.
That looks like Summit. Very, very similar. This is like the same tower. It looks like that was in Summit almost from Black Ops 1 multiplayer. So that is, I mean, I know it's not Summit, but it looks very, very, very similar to Summit.
We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
That aim assist on the console.
We are excited to offer an array of brand new equipment, as well as some favorites from the Black Ops universe.
RCXD.
Tranquilizer Trap, Adrenaline Stim, Homing Knife,
That's sick. That's cool.
Disruptor.
I hate this thing. I guarantee I'm not the only person that hates this thing. I wish they'd take it out of the fucking game. It sucks when you get hit by this multiplayer and you spray your whole clip at the wall for no reason and you can't move and then you just get killed by it every single time. Like, you gotta run a perk package just to prevent this. Like, oh my god, just stop putting it in the game.
The campaign is grounded within an expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this
brought it
time,
back.
we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside.
Interesting.
What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was
That's cool. I
operational
like
during
that.
the 50s and 60s. This
Tying
brings
into the
a
Cold
lot
War.
of intrigue to the safe house and will allow players to explore and discover secrets from the past.
Probably
The
gonna have
team
Easter
is
eggs there.
also bringing back the evidence board, which is still the centerpiece of the safe house experience, but with brand new upgrades. Players can view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights into missions, and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
Definitely gonna probably have some cool Easter eggs there.
Okay. Okay, the attacker comes in. I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
That'd be such a cool job
That
to
was
have.
sick. I think we got it.
Here's the Omni movement
With
system.
Black Ops 6, our goal is to
This
create
is
a
gonna
more
be
connected experience
very,
that keeps
very, very
players immersed
different.
across every single mode.
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
We've
Well,
pushed ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft the most signature Black Ops experience for our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops 6, we're redefining
okay,
movement.
so right there, when he's laying on the ground, that's gonna be so interesting to see how they implement that into Call of Duty.
Our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops
So this, I think, is going to be a big change for COD players to get used to. If you haven't played tactical shooters, if you haven't played Helldivers, if you haven't played Rainbow Six Siege, like those games all have a feature where you can go prone and you can twist like this, as well as like the diving mechanic too. Helldivers, if you played that, has that mechanic, and it works really good for those type of games. This kind of game where it's like constant fast moving, like the movement system that they're introducing, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, how people are going to receive this, how it's going to play in the game. Obviously we're going to have to wait and see and play the game to kind of figure that out, but I feel like you're just going to be sitting in a corner, someone's going to be sitting in a corner, and you're going to come in behind them and they're just going to automatically roll over and just melt you, and that's going to be super frustrating. I think it's a cool aspect to have, especially like in zombies. I think it can give a lot of different ways to play. I think it could be good, it could be great. I just don't know how it's going to go, especially like the movement of being able to slide and sprint in every direction as well as dive. Like they say they want to do like a real operator. There's no, I guarantee you, most likely nobody's doing that kind of movement in real life. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not really sure, but I'll let you guys kind of see it and go from there.
6, we're redefining movement across the entire game. For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range of motion.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to all the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a big change. It's gonna make some cool cinematic experiences and cool clips. I'm sure trick shotting might be great with it. That would be cool to see.
It's something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you
like
experience
that looks
Omni
good.
movement, there's no
That's in the
going back.
campaign. I don't know. It's gonna be
We also
interesting.
have what we're calling intelligent movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: sprint assist, mantle assist, and crouch assist. And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning. Intelligent movement really started with this idea that we want all players to focus on what they want to do and not how to do it.
Intelligent movement really started when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 already have that mechanic in the game. So this is not new to Call of Duty. This is just Black Ops 6's way and Treyarch's way of making it in their game and label it as something different. It's already been in Call of Duty. It's already a setting in Call of Duty to where auto sprint, auto mantle, auto hang, all those things are already in the game. So this is just going to be like their version of it and their twist on things. So I personally do not play with these settings on. I hate it because I can be in a gunfight wanting to go up to a wall and it'll just auto mantle it when I'm not trying to, and then I get killed. So I've never turned these on. But some people that aren't as maybe sweaty or try hard, they probably will play with them. So it's good that they have them in the game, but I hate it when Call of Duty is always like, oh, this is new to the game, but it's really just like taken from another game in the series.
We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni Movement and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6.
That HUD that they're showing looks like classic Black Ops HUD too from Black Ops 1.
We looked at other genres like racing games where they have these great assist settings that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking, and we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options. I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup. Hit zones are regions on a character that react when taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to...
Okay, so this is cool. I like this. 9 regions. So each body part in the area is going to respond differently to being impacted by shrapnel, bullets, melee, stuff like that, which I think is going to be cool. It's going to be a new kind of death animation and ragdoll effect that we haven't seen really before. Also, I think it possibly could improve hit tracking on multiplayer, hopefully, because of this new system. But you can kind of see it all highlighted here in different colors, different areas. They're going to go over in a second and show you more in depth their kind of thing here, but
9 regions. So now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's
I love this mechanic.
Rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And since it's
I
dynamic,
love that.
it'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full.
I love this because on PC you have your QWEASD, and that's how you kind of move back and forth for leaning. You'd use Q and E, and you'd have to also be using your finger for forward and backwards. This takes that out of the equation, and you can still move through in that fast Call of Duty manner, but it's going to automatically round the corner without affecting your ADS plane. So I think that's an awesome mechanic. I'm really excited to feel this out in the game and see how it can work. Could also promote camping on corners. It's kind of like mounting essentially, but you won't be stationary doing this. So I think it'll suit my playstyle.
Full speed around that same corner. We're constantly looking for
Excuse me.
opportunities to set the bar with movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
That's a big boy.
Take cover!
Our art team is super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done. Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives.
I didn't know that they scanned it in real life.
For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional.
I know that they did the faces in real life, but I did not know that they did the
Made
uniforms.
sure to have special attention to the cuticles.
The Galil?
make sure that they don't look like they're
Nice.
just freshly cut. There's dirt in between their nails. The
Little
oils
fine
of their
details, that's
palms
cool.
As they're sweaty and running through situations that they're in. We're paying attention.
The
to
zombie
every
model
detail.
looks awesome.
The thing that I'm most excited
Quick
about
mags
is the number
attachment.
of new weapons from the
Who's
era
on that
we've
weapon?
added, which includes many that are brand new to the franchise.
Looks like the L96.
Our heroes are rogue operatives, and they operate outside the normal playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary, and it allowed us to pull a unique mix of weapons.
Makarov, Galil.
We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments
Commando.
for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel
Proximity
and tone
mine.
of the era.
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects
That looks
in
great.
realism. We find
That looks really
real-world
good.
reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
Call of Duty has done a great job at making that realistic and look great in the past. In recent years, they've looked really good and cinematic. Here's the HUD.
The Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when they need it, and our in-game HUD is no different. From the mini-map to the ammo widget.
So the first thing I want to point out here that I noticed that I'm a big fan of is, like I mentioned before, this is the classic look from Black Ops 1. The headshot logo is back. The weapons look the same. The names look the same with the colors and the font. The map is the same. Everything is the same. The score is the same. The old school look up here for the UI, and of course the classic blocked letters that Black Ops 1 was good for are back as well, and I'm super excited for that. It's going to feel like a Black Ops game. Over here we noticed that we got, it looks like quick regen, tac sprint. I can't really make out what that says, and then movement speed, and this looks like it's some sort of either specialist package for the operator or a perk package, and then we got the UAV. Down here we got the classic, a little bit different, but the ammo with your grenades, flashbang, and a frag grenade, it looks like there. And then also a bomb kit. So this is possibly 42. This is obviously a private match, most likely, but it looks like some bomb mode. So I do like that they have the original kind of feel to it, but it is customizable. So we'll see how they kind of are going to explain that in just a moment here.
In-game notifications. The Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best
That looks so
designs
good,
in
so
a
smooth.
clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will be able to change their HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs.
The map's in the top or right now
streamers
behind
can choose a
my
layout
face.
optimized for their
But the
setup,
map is up
or
there.
maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away.
I will
Wanna
never
play
do that.
Hardcore anywhere, or finally put the minimap in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome. As players track that elusive challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6 delivers an
shots.
end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back, where
So this is what we're used to. This is the gunsmith. Confirmed the gunsmith will be in Black Ops 6. This is the same UI that we're used to across Call of Duty now in the newer games with Call of Duty headquarters. So this is going to be the same, it looks like.
player progress and achievement are celebrated in a big way.
Same UI for the pregame lobby.
Early on in Black Ops 6's development, we set a goal to make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle prestige.
Thank you. Thank you for looking back and knowing what the people want for the ranking system. I'm so excited.
Traditional prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We've pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to
This game
enter
looks like it's going to play
Prestige,
really smoothly.
start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again.
Finally,
Black
man.
Ops 6 will have 10 prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status. Players.
Okay, so this is super awesome. Looks like they're teasing the old, excuse me, the old Black Ops emblems from prestiges in the past, which is awesome. This right here was the 15th prestige emblem from Black Ops 1, which was my all-time favorite prestige in Black Ops games. But we also have several other games ranging from, it looks like Black Ops 1 all the way through Black Ops 3 and 4. So that's going to be super cool. I don't know how they're going to incorporate them all. Maybe it's going to be the same as like Black Ops 3, where each level of master is another one of past prestige emblem. But I'm super excited for this. It's not going to be stale like the new leveling system that they have with the seasons. I hate that. This will be like grinding like old school, and the race to prestige will be back.
Who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through and a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The full Prestige system is available on day one in Black Ops 6.
I would hope so. Look at these shotguns just destroying people.
We know how many of our players look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a
Everybody.
deep dive on it later in the year.
For the most
For
part.
now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win.
That's me.
Or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce
Theater's
is
back
returning
for those
with Black
console
Ops
players.
6.
I have OBS
Noah
Studio.
said we're only getting a taste of
I don't gotta
today,
worry about it.
But of course that means you're gonna get some early details on maps.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2.
What is
What
strike?
do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium size, like better for hardcore pacing to keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful
Those
decisions.
chairs look so nice.
The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
So it looks like they're going to bring back close quarters, smaller maps with some medium size. I like that though.
We've covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you without giving you just
What
one
everybody
more
wants to hear. Zombies. Yeah, baby. Let's go. I am so pumped to play zombies, man. Let me know what you guys think if you guys are excited for this new zombies. It sounds like it's going to be great. The new movement system I think is going to play well in zombies, but I cannot wait to kind of pick up the storyline and kind of see where it goes in this new experience. So that's going to be awesome.
Round-based Zombies is back, and we're picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to Zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of Zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to Zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based Zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
I'm so excited for that, guys.
Steph interviewed AB. Mark?
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark
NCXT
your
just destroying
calendars for
people
our
right there.
worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th. Make sure to stay
It looks
tuned
like the
for details and
L96
watch
to
your
me.
favorite
Does it
streamers
not? I
get
think that is
hands-on
L96.
Black Ops 6, so you can be prepped and ready to jump into our MP beta and feel Omni movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so much
There's
more
that
about
lean
Black Ops
mechanic
6
again.
in the coming months, and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch. And it's
Hellstorm
not just
missile,
about launch,
nice, that's
because
back.
the team is already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about.
Lots of skins, I'm sure.
Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
Our goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni Movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move. In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige, then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible. The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety.
Ninja.
Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based Zombies.
Kind of looks like a Alcatraz type
There's so
feel.
much more to share across all 3 game modes before the game officially launches on October 25th.
October 25th.
On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
That sounds way too real. See-through magazines. Illuminati. All right, so there it was. That is the Call of Duty Direct for Black Ops 6. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you drop a like on this video, guys. I really appreciate the support. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about the new movement system and kind of what you're going to be experiencing or looking forward to or not looking forward to about the new game. October 25th, so they're sticking to their kind of October release dates, October, November time every year. Right in time for holiday season as always. So I think it's going to be cool. They touched on some good points. I'm super excited about the classic Prestige coming back. That's a huge thing. I'm really excited for zombies. I think the Omni movement could be good. It could be bad. It's really going to depend on the playstyle. I think it is going to get super sweaty like every Call of Duty does. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you watching. And I'm just excited for the new season of games coming out. So you guys can drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next, guys.